It's not having all the right answers. It's this.
I'm with Susie Edwards. I'm Angie Robertson, and at SEER, we believe in the power of practical tools to coach effectively. Let's dig in. What is it, Susie? What's the most overlooked coaching skill?
Well, for
I think
me,
we have a few.
I was going to say, we have a few most overlooked ones. There may be more, even beyond that. But then maybe the top ones, and for me, it's about staying quiet and letting my clients keep talking. Like instead of giving the next tool or the next coaching advice or whatever it is, it's just to stay quiet and let them keep thinking, hearing, talking it out. And basically, it's knowing when to shut up, right? So I remember when I was in training as a coach, we used to lead these workshops. And I remember this one time I was doing just that. I was just allowing the client to just to talk, and I could tell that he was really like he was starting to get it. So I just stayed quiet. But on, I got the feedback to you need to coach the person in that moment, coach the person. And then it happened again the next day, and instinctually I just knew like no, like with another client, someone else, it happened again. And later on, coming back, I remember the coach that was coaching me in that moment. She was like, you know what I'm noticing is that when you do that, this is definitely your style of coaching, but when you do that, they do come to some realizations on their own after we've given them some tools. I'm like,
Hmm.
yeah. And so that was a long time ago. And I remember that feedback. Number one, I thought it was actually pretty cool that my coach at that time noticed that maybe coaching mistake on her part as well and was able to tell me. And then from that moment on, it was really a powerful tool for me as a coach, knowing when to lean in and say something, but also to stay quiet.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that that's awesome. And I've noticed that about your style of coaching for sure. Um, I think that sometimes, like when we're not sure and we want to be really helpful, we feel like the pressure to jump in with an answer or a tool, or, and I think that with the confidence of like building the relationship with the client and letting them really talk things through, you can get a lot more information and you can watch them kind of develop the answer for themselves. Maybe you need to give them a little nudge, but you can get some
Yeah.
more information by letting them talk.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a helpful tool for me that I do feel
Yeah,
like is overlooked.
it's definitely your style. And I think, a lot of times people, we've said this in previous videos, people want to be heard. And sometimes just being heard, or even just by saying something out loud and having
Yeah.
the place in the space to say it out loud, that gives a lot of information back. Maybe there is nothing to do. They just
Yeah.
got to talk it out, right?
Yeah. That's,
So, yeah, I think that it's a great thing to remember.
yeah.
I can find myself wanting to jump in maybe too soon. And so the reminder to pause and let someone talk. Which is really funny because I know whenever I get coached, I do a lot of talking, like when I'm a client. And so
Yeah.
I know I like to just, here's the whole story. And then by the end, I'm like, okay, wait, I have my
Run.
answer.
Exactly. Hilarious. And so what about you? What do you think is one of the most overlooked coaching skills?
I think from a coach's perspective, trusting yourself,
Hmm.
just trusting yourself. And this, I think, takes time and is going to take, you building the evidence that you are a good coach, you do help. But, um, really like you're in this profession for a reason. If someone is a coach, I think they have this natural like instinct to help people. Maybe they're really good at certain tools, maybe they're a really great listener. I just think you've got to trust yourself to deliver to your clients, and it's going to come out in your own style and way. Um, but if you're really too, I would say, timid in your confidence, that might not be like the right way to say, but you're just like, "Oh, I'm not confident that I can help." Well, I think that's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy for you. So I think just really trusting yourself. With that trust might be things that you need to do. You might need a practice. You might need to get a mentor. You might need to do some of your tools, right? But trusting yourself, there's just nothing like it because you will get in the zone and you will be able to help.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And like you said, it does take practice, right? So even if you were practicing with a friend, or if they say, yes, please coach me on this, right? So, but I think also mentorship, and if you can find a community of coaches that you can even play around with, that's great too. So,
Mm-hmm.
look at
Mm-hmm.
us, here we
Yes. Yes, like us.
are, I guess. That's awesome. Yep, love that. And it does take a while. It takes some time to build that trust in yourself.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Just like, any professional skill, you're going to develop it. The more you do it, the better you'll feel.
Yep,
Do you have another?
I do. I have one more. It's about being 100%, that could be a big number, non-judgmental, but just really not judging your client. And the reason why I say that is because you never know really truly what the other person's politics is going to be, religion, anything, fill in the blank,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it could be
Mm-hmm.
just totally different from you. And that's not the point, right? It's they have a goal, they're stuck, they need help. And you're going to have to set your judgments aside and help. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking if it's something that really gets in your way, you should probably say it and say, "Hey, listen, I have another coach for you." You don't have to be rude about it or anything like that. Because if you think you might show up not great for that person, I think that you can do it politely. But truth is, set your judgments aside, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people can feel your judgments for sure, right? Which is going to get in the way of your connection. But I think that the truth is that if you start out being really open and non-judgmental, what I've experienced is that a lot of clients are actually like afraid to say certain things because they're worried about being judged in the first place. And so to be able to offer a space and a relationship where you can just hear them and not, you know, not like have a moral yes or no, good or bad, right or wrong. Like we're really in this self-discovery. It's such a special place to be. I know, like, as a client, I really appreciated it. And I always thought, just personally, I always thought, like, wow, my stuff is going to sound so bad or be so horrible. And the truth is, as a coach over time, you will hear a lot of stuff, a lot of repetitive stuff, a lot of human stuff. And so that is also just a really good reminder. We're all human. Most people are here, like, especially if they're in a coaching relationship, I think they're wanting to do their best. And so for you to just provide that non judgmental place for them to figure their stuff out, what a gift. What a gift.
I'm going to lean into that a little bit too, because that's such a great point. About creating that space because they can feel if you're judging or not, and or just something's getting in the way there, because the truth is a lot of the homework and the tools that you might give them is going to require them to be vulnerable and tell you things, and that is typically when you find the gold with people, right? Is they're going to need to tell you some of those things because that's typically the roadblock. So if you show up with that judging or this little wagging finger thing, then they won't go there with you, you know?
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. So we're saying, listen in a
Hmm.
non-judgmental way,
Hmm.
and then trust yourself that you know what to do with the information that you're given and that you're going to lead your client to someplace new. Doesn't need to be the perfect place, just someplace new so that they can have what they want, which is why they came to you.
Exactly. And sometimes
Right. No.
Awesome.
Okay, great. If that sparked something in you, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.